Hello, my name is Armand Danushka. I will present my third year project entitled Forecasting Risk Factor Topics Importance from Financial Reports. The project was developed under the supervision of Professor Dr. Goran Nenadic. Every business is forced by law to disclose a plethora of information about its functioning. The procedure is done in the form of statements, exceptional, quarterly or annually. They embed an overview of the company in unstructured text data. My project starts by extracting annual reports from the publicly available database provided by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The specific type of targeted report is called 10K or yearly report. The primary source for this analysis was a 1A risk factor section from that entire report. In this specific section, companies are exacted to disclose all the risks that can affect the running of the business to stakeholders and the larger public. The project takes that as a dataset. It preprocesses, distills the entire corpus into several key topics and forecasts their importance. Two key terms need a contextualized definition before moving forward. A topic refers to the dominant cluster from a text segment, representing the common meaning for all those words. The importance of a topic is a subjective measure. For example, suppose you use the analysis to evaluate the stock market's performance. In that case, the importance can be seen as relevant to predicting risks and companies that would be impacted. To extract topics, I employed a topic modeling pipeline named BERT. It utilizes a state-of-the-art technique for embedding documents entitled BERT. Using the transformer architecture, BERT learns what language and context are. It is widely used in multiple NLP tasks, such as must language models or next sentence prediction. However, in this pipeline, BERT is only used for creating high-dimensional representations of the documents. A dimensionality reduction algorithm is used, UMAP in this case, to make the processing of embeddings manageable. To create the desired clusters, which will represent our topics, HDB-scan is used. The pipeline takes the principle behind TF-IDF and it applies it to the clusters formed. It stands for Frequency Inverse Document Frequency, a numerical statistic intended to reflect how important a word is to a document in a collection. It replaces the concept of a document with the newly formed cluster being called CTF-IDF. The following representation shows topics as clusters. Each cluster is made out of tokens which are n-grams selected at the embedding stage. When you zoom in, you can see here there are a couple of topics and they are related, they refer to renting. Moving on, selecting another topic, you can see that it's about traveling. There are travel, Expedia, Bright House, Google, paid listing, and a plot represents topics over time. It shows the evolution of topics throughout the entire time frame. You can look at each timestamp and look at the actual topics. You can zoom in and select a specific topic. In this case, I selected the tobacco cigarette products. And as you can see, after the pandemic in 2020, they had a big surge as a risk factor, but a small bump earlier than that in 2018. Moving on, one more interesting fact about how the topics are tracked. For example, they can check historical events. In 2016, BMC, the Boston Medical Center, decided on a new affordable housing project, which turned out to be a very big risk for the renting and building companies. The following animation shows how MACD looks like. This is a very popular trading indicator. It was used as a feature for classifier model to determine if a topic is going to increase or not in importance. It is widely used in a 12-26 day configuration, but in this project it was used with a 4 to 8 annual configuration. Talking about the classifier model, the aim of it was to determine if a topic is going to increase in importance next year. I tested 3 different implementations: SVC, Gradient Boost Classifier, and ADA Boost Classifier. From those, Gradient Boost performed the best. You can see the ROC curve of it down and the feature correlation metrics with the target value. This slide presents 3D scatter plot of the dataset. The two categories, growing and declining, are drawn as circles and squares. The topics are colored from a dark blue, the earliest and most representative topics, to a light yellow, the later ones. The bigger the points, the higher the frequency or importance is represented in this plot. As you zoom in, we can get a more in-depth view at how they are spread around the feature space. For example, you can notice that the earlier topics are spread around and they have bigger importance or frequency, being more of general risks that appear each year, Whereas the whiter points, they are all clustered in a high density area because they didn't get enough time for the model to understand their importance. The second model that I implemented was a time series forecasting model. It is based on the darts library, which makes time series forecasting easy in Python. I utilized the n-bits algorithm, which is called a state-of-the-art algorithm in time series forecasting. The output of the dynamic topic modeling can be interpreted as unique time series for each topic throughout the entire time frame. Using those, I perform a multivariate time series forecasting. However, both the classifier model and the time series forecasting model perform mediocre. The classifier model could easily determine the decreasing topics, however, it performed almost randomly for the increasing one. The time series forecasting model, on the other hand, showed some promising results in the beginning on the best case scenario. However, the overall performance was poorly with very high scores for the mean absolute percentage error. The best performer from the three models presented is the regression model. It used a random forest regressor and it utilized the high dimensionality representations made with the universal sentence encoder at their maximum. On the bottom of the slide, you can observe an actual versus predicted values plot. There you can notice that most of the values are clustered together at the beginning of the frequency curve. These are the predictions for the next year based on the values for this year. For example, you can see that governmental contracts are going to decrease in importance as a risk factor. Gold is going to decrease in importance because we are in a crisis. In this context, metals become an investment opportunity. Moreover, if we look at vehicles, the supply chain and the chip shortages are gonna slow down, so that is gonna help with the topic and it's gonna decrease it as a risk factor in the annual statements. These are some of the predictions offered by the regression model. Thank you for your attention.